Hello and welcome to the first Madhubani digital art class on my channel, and we are going to discuss each and every detail. So as you see here, I'm using my iPad Pro. So this is 12.9 inch. You can of course use whatever is available at your end or whatever is easily available for you. So we are going to create a digital painting today, and for that we need an app to do. So the app that I use is called Procreate. This is how it looks like from outside. So this is Procreate. You can also, you can draw using your fingers. But my recommendation would be using an Apple Pencil, just like this one. This will give you more precise drawing. With fingers, it is of course not that precise and not that detailed. And as we are doing Madhubani painting, it needs a lot of intricacy and details. So let's go inside the app and see. So this is how the app looks like once you open it. So I have all my artworks around. Now this is the canvas. When you press on one canvas, this is how it pops out. But we will see, as I said, everything from the beginning. So I'll show you how to create a canvas and everything. So we are going to discuss each and every detail. So here you see on the right hand side, there is a plus sign. So that is how you press it and create a new canvas. So when you press that icon, you will see a pop-up window coming down, and this is how these are the already provided canvases. You can also press the plus button again and the other one that is in the pop-up button to create or customize your own canvas. So there are the dimensions here. It can be fed in millimeters, centimeters, inches, or pixels. So let's go for pixels, which is already selected here. So we can change easily the pixels. So as you see here, I'm just using the 4000 pixels and again 4000 for the height. Now you see automatically the DPI and the maximum layers number has changed. So this we will discuss later, of course, the layers, because that is also a very important thing to know in Procreate. Now we come to the color profile. So color profile, what my selection is CMYK profile. And there is the other one, which is RGB. So this is basically the difference is what is the purpose of your art. If you are doing it for printing, I would go for CMYK. That is the best one for printing if you have to print the artwork later. But if you are just doing it for an Instagram post or for just showing it digitally, so you can go for RGB. We will see right now what is the difference between RGB and CMYK, how it looks like. So we'll create another canvas and we will just change the color profile. We'll keep everything else same and we will see how it looks like in RGB. So basically in RGB, the color is more heightened, more bright. So we'll see here. Now I just filled the whole canvas with a red color and this is how it looks like. Now we go back and we will see using CMYK. So this is the red. So probably you can't see it so well in the video, but you can see the difference here once I go out of the canvas. So this is how it looks like. It is a little bit lighter, but then the printout when you take it will be much more accurate with CMYK. So that is more important here to focus. So we will go for CMYK. So as I was talking about the layers, so this is the background layer. And here you can, when you click on it, you can always go for the color, whatever you want. Now this layer is on top of the background. So we can always click that, small window and hide the layer. So these are the few features that the Procreate comes up with, and it's very easy to use. You will slowly, once you keep doing it, you will get the hang of it. So yeah, basically these are the layers. Now these the brush icon, which is easily noticeable, that is for basically choosing the brushes. The Procreate gives you already some basic brushes that are already there. You can always select different brushes and experiment and see how it works. Now we talk about the colors. So on the right hand side, the topmost, there is a color icon, the circular icon. And these are the different, color symbols. There is a disc, there is classic, which we are seeing right now. And this is how, you can slide and you can change the colors, whatever colors you want, you can select. So there are different, gradations, different ways to do it. So this is the palette. So we are mostly focusing on the rightmost and the leftmost, that is the palette and the disk. So you can always create a new palette by using that plus symbol. You can create any palette using a photo. So if you have a photo, you can just export all the colors or extract all the colors from that photo and create a palette. So I already have some palettes ready, just like this one for the owl painting that I made, or for a lotus painting. So you can change the name and you can have your own palettes ready, which you can reuse maybe if you're using the same colors for the next time. Now I press the set default button, and now you see what happens. So when we go on disk, the same owl color palette that I selected is here as default. So we are going to use that color palette. So this is basically a little bit about the colors and the color palette. So here we go on the brush icon again, and we are just going to experiment and see how it works. So if we see the sketching icon, and we have Procreate Pencil, so this works exactly like a pencil would work. So I'm just showing you, I'm experimenting, just showing you how the lines or the strokes are. And of course, the Apple Pencil is really sensitive, and it has been designed that, the iPad also senses the pressure. So if you put more pressure, it is, the lines are different than with a less pressure. So this really helps when you're doing a watercolor painting or something like that. So here we go. So I'm just trying to show you, for example, if you're doing a design, you can always sketch it on one layer using this pencil feature, just like this one. So we are just here exploring and experimenting. So don't worry. This is, of course, not the final artwork. And today we are not going to do the final artwork. Instead, we are just going in steps. We are going to learn features first, and then we will slowly and gradually do it. And I'll also show you 2 or 3 different methods to do. So here we did the undo, and undo can be also done with your 2 fingers. So if you tap with the 2 fingers, it will undo whatever you did. Or if you keep pressing it with your 2 fingers, it will undo it entirely. And the other on the, left hand side, if you see, there is also a sign for undo and redo. So you can either press that or your 2 fingers. So now this 3 finger, if you tap, is the redo button. So 2 fingers are for undo, just like this one, and 3 fingers for the redo. So it is more easy and convenient if you're continuously making an artwork, or you can of course use the tab that is on the left hand side, whatever is easier for you. So layer, and I just swiped it and cleared the entire layer for me. So now we will see the different types of brushes and pencils. And as I said, you should keep exploring. It is anyway a digital art. You can always undo it, erase the thing. So it's nothing to worry about that you are going to spoil anything. So you can keep experimenting. So these are the features. Now we go at the, actions, which is just near the gallery. And we will see that these are the different, pop-up window comes out, and we go to the canvas. And then we switch on the drawing guide. So my already, what is in my already set is the 2D grid. But here you can also explore different grids. So there is 2D grid, there is isometric grid, or perspective, symmetry. There are different, you can increase the thickness, the grid size. So you can change the setting at any time, and it according to your requirement, according to the artwork that you're making, how intricate it is, or whatever grid size is suitable for you. So this is how you play around with the grid. So here we keep it at 135. And now these are the other features. We'll also talk about that. So here on top, as you see the bar, the color, gradation that you see, that is to change the color of the grid. So right now it's selected at black. You can make it, of any desirable color. So you can change it to blue, green, yellow, whatever is required. And remember that this grid is just like, for giving you, assisting you to draw it nicely, or it is just like a reference. So it is not going to come out in the printout when you take. Now, this is how you move around the canvas. So it is so convenient, this app, that you can easily move around the canvas and easily, stretch it to the maximum size and just, if you have to work in a corner, then yes, you can expand it, zoom out, zoom in, and accordingly, work on the canvas. So this is a very, very easy way, just, with your fingers, easily doing it. And once if you pinch it just like this, it comes to the exact size of the canvas, how it should be on the screen. So you can rotate it. So this is a very, very nice feature. I love this feature. You can, you can make it as small as you want or as big as you want, and then again pinch it and it comes back to the size. So just a pinch is needed. So you will get the hang of it once you keep trying. It is not that difficult. So we will just turn it a little bit. So as I said, you don't have to turn the iPad, but you have to just turn the canvas. Now this is the layer that I'll be working on. So you tap on it and you can, see another pop-up window coming out, and I use the rename, and I'm going to name it sketch. So this is basically going to be my sketch for the whole painting. So we will see the function of the layers more, as we go ahead. So as I said, background color can also be changed, but we will just try to keep it white. So we move on, and then these are the layers that we are working on basically. So the sketch and the background color. So the background is now white. Now we are working on the layer one, which was basically we changed the name to sketch. Now I'll tell you, this is, again, I'm trying to change the brush. So we were in the sketching where we saw how the pencil works like. Now we will then go to the inking. So the inking is this, how it looks like, and it has various brushes that you can explore. So if you choose the mercury, and see how it works. So this is how it looks like. So these are the strokes of the mercury brush. Then I'm just undoing it and just trying out different brushes. So you can always explore different brushes, like this is the syrup brush. So this is how it looks like, it gives a kind of it is actually very nice brush to work. But what I use and what I really prefer for doing my Madhubani paintings is the studio pen. So this is, I don't know how, I don't know really, I can't explain it to you, but this is much more comfortable for me. And it gives perfect strokes, as you see here, perfect lines, which is what we need basically for Madhubani painting. So I'm going to use studio pen. So I'm just undoing it, clearing my canvas. And then I'll show you different techniques and different ways. Now you can choose whatever you feel is comfortable or whatever you feel is right. So we are going to first begin with the borders. And today, basically, we are going to concentrate on the borders. So as I said, we are not going to make the complete painting today, of course, because it cannot be possible in just one art class. And as I said, we are going to discuss each and every feature. So that is more important to understand here. So as you saw, we just made a line. Now I'm doing the second line. Now, if you keep pressing it after you finish the line, it comes out straight, just like this. Just see how you do it. So you start at one point and finish at the other, and then just keep pressing it, and then you can really change the direction of the line, the shape, the size, whatever you wish. So the pop-up is coming from up. My notifications, I'm sorry for that, please ignore it. So here we go. So I just undid everything, and now like this, if you keep making a square and keep holding it, so it again the lines are straight, and then you can press the edit shape button and select like a square. So this is how you can do the square. So for border, either you can you can use either way. Either you make all the lines perfectly, each corner, which I like doing for my paintings, or you can also use the square feature. Now we will look at the, again, drawing guide, the symmetry thing, which is also very important sometimes for making some painting. So here when you press at the symmetry and on the options, you will see another pop-up, and we go for quadrant. So it is basically, there are different options: vertical, horizontal, radial, quadrant. So this is basically the quadrant. And now you see the magic of symmetry. So whenever you sketch a line, it sketches on all four sides, basically doing that. So here you can also edit the shape this way and create a straight line without much effort. So this is another way to do it. So as I said, you can select your own method. I'm just showing you different ways to do it. And we will see now switch back to 2D grid and switch off the assisted drawing. That's very important always, because in Symmetry you need that, but in 2D grid you don't need that. You can see if you don't switch it off, the lines are always, it assists you in drawing, and it actually, ruins it further, I think. So we now draw the line, and the straight line, I hold it and keep it straight. So if you don't want to hold it and you want to make it look more folk types, then you can just create a freehand line, whatever you wish. But my preference is, like, for digital art, I don't know, somehow I feel like, and that's completely my opinion, that if you make it more straight, it looks more perfect because it is digitally created. I don't know, somehow it looks more better for me. But of course, it's Madhubani and a folk art. You can always create freehand. So whatever you wish. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do the border in this way. So this is basically the most basic way to do it. Creating lines on all four sides, joining each and every corner, taking that much effort. And of course, the symmetry and other tricks makes it much more easier. So as I said, you can always select your own method. So here we go again, trying to show you another trick. So this is basically done. Now, as you see, this is the brush icon. You can always change the size of the brush. So here on the left-hand side, you see that tab, and this is basically the top one is the brush size. You make it to 100 and see how thick the line is. Now you pull down to say 20. So this is how the line looks. So this is basically to control the brush size, and the top and the below one is for the opacity. So basically, if you change the opacity, so we will see as an example, if you make it really low, then this is how the line gets. So it is not very opaque. Instead, it becomes a little transparent. So this is basically that. So that we forgot to discuss, and I showed you now. So here is the eraser tool, and of course, by mistake, as the iPad is very sensitive, some lines might come just, with the press of your hand or something. So you can always erase it using the eraser tool. And you can also increase the size of the eraser using the same tab on the left side. So now we are going to do the magic of the double line for the Madhubani. So this is how we go again and creating the double line. Of course, this is a little bit more tedious process, more elaborate, and it takes more time. But as I said, you can choose your own way. You can go with the square. You can go with, making just lines just like me right here, or use the symmetry to do it. So different methods work differently and is suitable for each person, whatever they want. I like this method, so I'm doing it. It gives, it makes the lines more accurate according to me. Of course, you can choose your own method. So here we go, and finishing the lines on all four sides. So as I said, this is just for the beginners, and I'm going to share each and every detail with you. I'm going to exactly show you, how I complete a painting or a drawing on digital platform. And as I said, we can easily print them. And of course, that is the benefit of any digital art, that you can reprint them any number of time, and it saves a lot of time and effort. So yeah. Now we will just see it. Now here the grid is going to help us to draw the border. So this is a very, I really love working with these 2D grids. They really are very helpful. So here on this point, we are going to draw the border. So I'm just turning my canvas again. And this is so convenient. You can turn the canvas as you want. You don't have to turn the iPad basically, or your hands. You can just turn the canvas. So here we go. We did the line for the second border. So I'm just not happy with it. So I'll just do it again. I'll just make it a little bit more. So that is also one very, very, beneficial part of any digital art. You can always undo it. So here we go. And just keep pressing, as I said. So for any lines to be straight, you start from one point, end at the other point, and keep pressing. Then it becomes super straight. So this is the magic. See How cool is that? This is a really cool feature of this, Procreate. So here we go. We go ahead and just try to complete that square. So one more thing, guys, if you have any doubts in this session and in this art class, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write in the comment box. Let me know if you didn't understand some part or you didn't get it. I can repeat it in our next class. And from now on, I'm not going to regularly, do all the series or I will be posting regularly, but I'm not going to really make it that today I'm going to do this today. It's always going to be a surprise. So stay tuned for each and every episode. It comes every Thursday. So just stay tuned and have a look at it. And of course, whatever interests you, whatever you are, interested, you can watch that episode. So as I said, it's not going to be just like, one day the Dashavataram, then Ramayana series, or it's not going to be like that anymore. It's always going to be a surprise. And next month is my birthday month. So it's going to be full of surprises. I'm going to post every time something new. But don't worry, we are going to complete each and every series, each and every class sessions that we start. So here we go. So I'm just doing the double line effect on the other, the square that I made for the border, the next one as well. So here we go. We are just going to turn it again and do it on all four sides. So this is how we do it. So again, so here, as you see, when you press that edit button, you can always change the size of the line. If you're not, you're not convinced that it's on the perfect point, you can always change that. And that is also an incredible feature. So like this, you always place the line. You keep holding and you can always shift it, and edit shape can always help you, place it perfectly. That dot that creates on both the ends really helps you to place it perfectly. So these are some important features to explore. And as I said, this is the first art class completely for the beginners. What you can do is, as a homework, you can keep practicing these features. You can master them for the next class. Because as I said, today we are just going to see the borders. So this is basically done. The canvas is done. And this is prepared. Now what I do, there is a trick which I'm going to share it with you guys. So I prepared this and I go to the gallery. So this is saved. This canvas of mine is saved. And I just click on it and name it. For example, I'm going to name it here as square big. So this is basically big square size with border. Yeah. So let's do it square big border. And then I swipe and duplicate it. So now I have one canvas as a template ready. So if I have to make the border again and again, because of course I'm doing Madhubani painting and I'm going to use it multiple times. So I have this as my template ready, and this is going to help me always. So then again, this is the canvas that we drew. Like I'm just showing you from the pop-up button that this is the canvas that we created and it is already saved. So I'm just deleting it, just showing you guys that feature as well. So here is the canvas that I created. It's duplicated. Now I go in the duplicate one, and you, as I said, this method helps you create a template and reuse it all the time. So now we are going to create a simple design inside the canvas. Now I'm going to use the drawing guide symmetry feature as a quadrant and select the quadrant and to done. And then as you see, whatever design I create, like I'm using a simple triangular design, which is a very common design used for Madhubani borders. So it creates on all four corners. So it makes my life easier. It is quicker, of course. But you have to be careful here, that you have to be really precise, because it is basically mirroring the image. So you have to be careful with that. And then we go back to the 2D grid, and I'll show you another method, that is the 2D grid, which is the most simplest method. So as I said, this is a digital platform, so you can use different methods to create. There is no one rule for it. Whatever you find more convenient or more beautiful, you can do accordingly. So this is now, when I create, it is just going on one side and it is more tedious process. I have to do it on all four sides, so that's the thing. So we can again use symmetry. Now we will see not quadrant, but to use vertical or horizontal symmetry. So this is how, if you select the vertical, what happens then. So you can also use that for your borders. So what you will do when you draw on the top, just as we drawing on the top, the same triangle pattern. So it comes also below in the bottom. This looks more accurate than the quadrant because the quadrant was ruining basically the designs. So as I said, there are different methods. You can always go for whatever is suitable for your design. So here we go. We're just removing it and trying to see or explore the 2D again, because I find, as I said, I find it more interesting to do it entirely on my own, and I'm showing you the most basic method, and the others, of course, the smarter ones. So here we go. This is how we do. This is the most basic one. So yeah, this is how we go for the border, and keep doing it normally, as I say, all around. Now this grid here is really helping me to draw my triangles in the perfect spot, which is not exactly how it happens when you do it on a paper, because of course there you do the freehand thing and there you don't have this grid. So of course this grid really helps me here. And yeah, as it is digital, so it is much more easier and advanced. But yeah, of course I prefer the handmade one more, but as it was requested by many of you to see how to do the digital art, so I started this art class, and I hope you like this. And please press the like button if you like my videos, and do subscribe to my channel if you are also a big fan of Indian folk art just like me. We are going to have many more things on my channel coming in future. I continuously keep planning things, and I always take requests from you guys, and I'm continuously working on them. And trust me, since many weeks we have not done any requests because we were busy with other series. But as I said, we are going to have surprises now on my channel, and it's not just going to be the series that we are going to follow. Randomly things are going to come, new things are going to come, new, more and more creative things are going to come. So stay tuned, and as I said, share your love and encourage me by liking my videos and subscribing to my channels. I will be immensely grateful to you all. So guys, so this was what basically we did today, the border design, and this is what I finally choose to do my border with. As I said, you can always select your own method. I showed you different methods, and keep practicing till the next time, because this is the homework for you. Finish this border, this triangular border on all four sides on the same canvas size, and then we will move further and create a new painting, and we will see the next steps. So this is basically the homework after this class. So finish the border design till we meet for the next digital art class. So I will show you more on the other side. Just trying to finish the border. And I'm going to finish it as my homework as well. And for you guys also, this is the homework. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching my video. And stay tuned for much more. I'll see you next week with another interesting topic or another interesting video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.